Hey guys, sorry about that. It was me that was running late. I took the dog to the park and then
Mhm.
I tried to get a light on here that will not. So I guess I just got to charge that light. How you doing everybody? Welcome to Mondays. Mondays with Rebecca and Toddie. Rebecca, how was your week? You said that it's getting better. It's getting better all the time.
It is. It's getting better. There's a couple things I want to talk about, not about my move or anything, but about our topic.
Sure.
We can let everybody else start first, or if you've got anything you want to talk about.
I don't really have anything in particular.
Yeah.
We
So
only have
is it,
5 people in here right now, so
we could
hoping that
wait a
we'll
little
get
bit.
a few more. No, I want you to do whatever I want you to talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about. Let's say hello to everybody. Kathleen, Gutter Snipe, Jamie.
Hi,
Um,
everyone. I'm glad you're here.
we have 6 people now.
Okay.
I know, guys. 9 o'clock on a Monday. That's what it's all about, though. Oh well, Jamie says, "Let's get shilly shally." How are you? Jamie says, "Let's get into it." Rebecca! Exclamation point. Hi, Laura.
Well, I have
Hello. Sorry.
I
Who's
have a
wrong?
question for all of you here. If you feel like you know something about someone who has a history with drugs, and you know that they've shut everyone else out who's confronted them, and you're about the last person who hasn't said anything, what do you do? Because if you say something, you risk them shutting you out, and then you don't have a clue what's going on. If you don't say anything, there's a lot of things that can happen. So what do you do?
Well, it's a no-win situation, right?
Right. I mean, you almost feel like you are obligated to try to help and say something because of the situation. But then if you do, there's no, yeah, you just, there's no right answer, I guess, right? Has anybody ever experienced this? What do you do?
Um, I would evaluate who I am in this person's life and if anything's going to be any different. I love that window behind you, by the way.
Oh, this one? It's a door. It's a door to go. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, not a problem. Um, I would evaluate who I am in their life and how important it is, and if they're really going to shut me out, if they can shut me out, you know what I mean? And and if they could, if I'm like on equal flooring as the other people, I might try a different approach. I don't
Yeah.
know what that approach would be, but I would clearly know that the approach that they used didn't work, and that's not where I would want to be.
Right.
So I would try a different approach, but I don't know what that would be.
I don't know either. And it's been bothering me all weekend. It's two people, a couple. And I hope they're listening. I don't know if they are. One of them
There's
is.
14 people now, but it doesn't mean that everybody who's on is in here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't mean
Exactly.
everybody. There's 14 people. I think 7 or 8 people are talking. So everybody else is in the shadows, which is fine.
Yeah, they can just watch
Kathleen,
and listen.
Kathleen Fleck says, I did not let my sister shut me out. We had words, but she is clean now. Again, that's a sister that, it depends on the footing where you are in this person's life,
Yeah,
you know?
it's
So,
tough. It's just you know I mean, I personally already know what they're doing because I've lived it with Gino. And so I know the signs, I know the behavior.
right,
And, these two people have so much to lose. They have children, a
right,
home, careers, it's they've been through a lot,
uh-huh,
they lost a child. And I know that put them maybe where they are, but they bounced back and got on the right path again. But now something's happening that they're not doing what they need to do now. And it's concerning because
of
it
course.
it looks really bad. Like it looks as if maybe they are in really deep. It's not just they, what's the saying? Fell off the wagon, fell on the wagon. I don't know the right
Go off
saying.
the wagon.
Yeah, they fell off and haven't gotten back on. They're way behind now. I think they're probably at a point of no return. They're just so far into
Well,
it.
we hope nobody's at that point. I'm putting things up that people are recommending for you, just so you know.
Right.
I just don't want to interrupt you, so I'm putting up what people are saying.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, somebody's asking if they missed anything. No.
Oh, sorry.
Not really. But yeah, this is just something that happened to me, and I felt like I would discuss it with all of you and maybe get some good advice, or probably get some advice that I already know, like some answers I kind of already know. It's just a tough situation. Like I said, if you say something, they're going to get mad. If I don't say anything and something, God forbid, happens, I'm going to feel like I should have said. It's just a hard situation. And part of me wants to say, I don't want to deal with this. Let me shut it out, because of what I did with Gino, like dealing with it with him. It makes me not want to be involved.
Right.
But when it's your family, how are you not involved? How can you just say, well, whatever they do, they do. I can't do that. If I didn't see them recently and see what I saw, maybe I could just say, well, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. I don't know what's going on. But when you see it, it's hard not to want to do something or say something.
Because you react to that. I mean, your heart's in that, especially if it's family. I mean, certainly your heart's in that.
Yeah.
It's great. It's hard, and it's heartbreaking to see anybody be pulled down into this, and especially when you know better, but you can't always know better for somebody else, unfortunately.
Right. And, they just have so much going for them, but again, somebody in active addiction, they're not seeing that. They're thinking, I got to go get high before I get sick. Where are we going to go get this? Are we going to, do you know it? And they're not thinking about what they could lose. They don't think about that, I guess.
Well, that's not, I don't know where they're at in their addiction and how far along they are. They could be at plenty of stages. I got this under control. It's none of anybody's business. I got this.
Yeah.
Or, I'm in trouble here, and I don't want to go through that horrible sickness, so let me try to figure it out myself.
Yeah, I think.
Then obviously you have deep concerns over that, because then, somebody's probably getting something on the streets, and that's not good.
Yeah. And, I think they're at the point, well, I mean, nobody has come out and told me that they're doing anything. It's just my visual. I saw them, I talked to them, but just in general conversation, not mentioning being on anything. It was, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm a grown ass, whatever. I'll do whatever the F I want. And I'm not hurting anybody kind of attitude, without saying that they're actively using. I mean, what's that? They think they got it under control. I'm going to do what I want. I mind my business.
And it's not affecting you. Yeah.
So it's, I didn't know what to do after the encounter. And I just thought about it a lot. And I said, well, I'm going to talk to everybody on Monday morning, because that makes me feel better. And I might not do anything at all. I might just talk about it. That's all. I don't know. I don't know that I want to get involved.
Right.
I just, I have a lot of family members that are apparently suffering from addiction. I have a nephew who's, he's 50, had a beautiful kids, wife, everything, and he just can't kick whatever it is. I'm not sure if he's an alcoholic or on, I don't know what his drug of choice is, but he was offered help. He was, he he just wants to float around and move here for a month, live here for, work odd jobs.
Responsibility, yeah.
It's sad. And I always wait to hear like, oh, well, he passed away. I'm waiting for that call because I feel like,
wow,
it could happen, and it's, I don't talk about these people all the time, but when it's brought to my attention and, then you think about it and you talk about it, and there's a chance that it could happen. And we all know that. I think we all know somebody who passed away from an overdose or something. I think how many people could say they've not heard of somebody that they know, whether it be a neighbor or somebody's son, daughter, whatever. I mean, I think we all know that it's a possibility, and it's scary.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But anyway,
especially with the danger of street drugs.
Yeah. And you never know
I've
what
got
you're
something stuck in my tooth, so I've got to get that because this is going to drive me crazy.
Well, that would drive me crazy.
So if you continue onward, I'm going to brush my teeth real quick.
So, I don't know what you guys think, but I came here to talk about it. I might not do anything about it. I might just keep talking about it. But at some point, I may consider talking to them, or at least one of them, but I don't know how to approach it yet. I don't want to push them away, but I also feel like if I don't say anything, God forbid something happens and I could have said something, maybe it would have helped them. It's a tough spot to be in. Is it my business? Should I butt in? Should I not? Should I mind my business and just, you don't know really where you stand in a situation, because the person actively using could act, many different ways. They could get mad. They could, just shut you out, like I said. And then, what do you do? But, I'm just going to sit on it for a little bit. Like I said, I came here to talk to all of you because this show, this live show is therapy for me. It helps me more than it probably helps all of you. To get on here, talk and listen to your stories and know that other people are going through very similar things that I deal with on a daily. And it just helps me to talk to all of you. Everybody here seems to have experience and good advice. And, that's why I felt the need to share today. It just happened to be something that happened over the weekend. And I thought, well, what better way to deal with it than Monday morning? So here I am. I think I've said enough. Anybody else got anything?
Sometimes just talking it out is good.
Yeah.
As you know, addiction is talking. It's therapy for many of us, Rebecca. And I get a lot of emails and stuff. And have you ever gone back to our comments after?
I have. I
tried. That you help a lot of people, so,
I just said while you stepped away that this
I didn't go too far. I didn't go.
Did you hear me? But
I went 3 feet. Yeah.
I was saying.
Did you hear the water running and stuff? Yeah.
I didn't. I heard the dog bark. That's all I heard. I couldn't hear anything else.
I didn't use toothpaste because I had just brushed my teeth before and I'm drinking coffee, but I put water and I'm like, they could hear the water running.
But, I was saying this Monday morning, this is a therapy session for me, just talking to all of these people and you, Toddie.
Yeah, I heard that.
I really this is my thing. I look forward to this. I think about it all week.
Well, this is what people are responding. And when you said that, I said to myself, I don't think so. I think we're helping a lot of people. So I think
I hope so.
I've benefited. And I especially, that's why I asked you if you ever go back to look at the comments, like for people that haven't seen the show at 9:00 in the morning, because maybe they're at work or something, but
right.
they've listened on their way home from work or something. And, there's a lot of love for what we're both doing here. So, and I still want to let everybody know that, Rebecca's the one that reached out and said, hey, I'd like to do this. What do you think about it? And I said, I don't want to do it. And she said, listen, I have nude photos of you that somebody sent me, and if you don't do it, I am going to share them with the world. And I said, of course, I'm happy to do it. And
Oh
that's
my
how this all
goodness.
started. So just so you know, she still don't tell me who sent the nude photos, but
I'll never tell. Oh my God, that would be horrible to have that on somebody, though, wouldn't it? If anybody had a picture of me like that, I'd do anything they told me to do because I wouldn't want anybody to see it. Trust me.
this is a serious one right here. Can you read that?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that, Amy.
Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad we're here for you. Like I said,
Absolutely.
you're here for us too, though. It helps me a lot. So
You know what I can't wait to do, Rebecca? I can't wait to just get some bug spray, because I bought the spray that was good for pets and people, and it sucks. It never works, right? So, and I have to spray where it connects. Somebody said spray where the connections are, like on the
yeah.
so I'm gonna go on and get some of that stuff today. But these little gnats, and then I went to work and there was a fly, and I'm thinking, did I bring this fly to work? Because it will not leave me alone. I cannot kill
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Somebody said the next day, I'm like, there's a fly here. I've been trying to get that fly since yesterday. I was like, thank God I didn't bring it.
Oh my
So
gosh. I've had in my house, I don't know what it is. And I keep thinking, well, we go in and out of the sliding back door. Like maybe they're coming in as we come in. I would have 5, 6 flies in my one kitchen window, and I could not find a fly swatter. I guess they're a thing of the past, but
no, you can still find them. Yep,
my
you can
son
still.
found them, so he got me too. And I find that it's a full-time job to kill. I don't know where they're coming from. I'm thinking, are they coming in up out of my drain? Is there a crack somewhere that I'm going crazy, that to the point I called an exterminator? Can you imagine?
Okay.
They're coming on the 17th. They couldn't come when I called them on Friday, but I don't know it. I don't know how flies.
Can I offer something? Can I offer some?
Sure.
You could probably get this online and have it delivered tomorrow. Hang on. Danny hates it because when it zaps the fuckers, it zaps
Oh my
them.
gosh, where did you get that?
Well, I got them online at Amazon, on Amazon.
Oh, we have a bug zapper, but it's a big one, like for
Yeah,
outside.
this is for inside. This for inside. I don't let it when I'm not home. I don't let this
You don't
go.
leave it. Yeah.
And they charge. They use the like the USB things.
Oh,
And
okay.
when you hear it, like Danny, she runs because it makes a big sound.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna check that
Put
out.
that darn fly on the payroll, they're telling me. So yeah, you could look into this online. They're not expensive. And I don't know, some people could get Amazon deliveries the same day. My mom can, I guess, because she lives in a certain place. Mine usually come the next day, but maybe you could get yours the same day, Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But
That's
I've been
while I'm here. I'm gonna plug these in while I'm here. Just
I
because.
I Googled something and it was talking about like different oils, like essential oils or something, lavender and
Yes, yes, and that stuff like works for ticks, I think. I'm not sure that it works for mosquitoes or flies because it hasn't worked for me, but it does work for ticks. That I've seen. I
yeah.
literally sprayed a fucker with that. Pardon my language. I literally sprayed a bug with the thing that I purchased. Like I literally sprayed the bug and drowned the bug. The bug died from drowning, not the spray.
Not from this spray. Yeah.
No, because the spray that doesn't mess with people and stuff apparently doesn't help either. So
Wow. Yeah, I just, it seems that like I said, I don't know where they're coming from. And
it's horrible if they're coming from up inside like that. That's not a good thing at all, is it?
no, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to like, do the flies congregate in a big gang somewhere? Like, do they have a nest?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, I think they do. Tea tree oil, I agree. This is very good for ticks. Tea tree oil is very good for ticks, but I'm not sure it's good for other stuff. And tea tree oil is what I use on my hair. I use that tea tree shampoo. You could really smell it. My beloved dad, killing flies even outside. He was obsessed with killing flies even outside.
Oh boy. I don't like it. I get so annoyed, especially if I miss one. And then I don't want to hit them on the window, and then you got to clean the windows.
Yeah. I hear
Lawn
you.
parts all over the place. It's so disgusting. I'm just so over it.
I get gnats and fruit flies from neighbors' Xeno plugins, kills them. Neighbors' Xeno plugins. I don't know what that is. I live in Australia and have automatic sprays. Yeah, you can do that. You can spray your yard and stuff, and you were going to get chickens and stuff, which is going to be good.
Yeah.
Once
My
you get 'em-
neighbors, I've learned since being there, we sit outside. Several neighbors have roosters and chickens. You can hear the rooster. My granddaughter mocks them when they do whatever that noise is they do. She runs around. Yeah, it's so cute. But she doesn't know where they are because you really can't see them. You can hear them, and she's looking all over the yard, like, where are they? Where are they? And she looks every time she comes over. But I really think I have a swing set coming for my granddaughter that's going to be here tomorrow, and they have to build it. It's not something, that you just put together yourself. After that, I really think I'm going to do the chickens. I really think everybody has them in the neighborhood, so I don't have to worry about somebody being annoyed with me because I'm the crazy chicken lady, because they are too. So
there you go. But not only that, it is good for your yard. They're good
for the bugs, right? They eat the bugs
and ticks and stuff. Yeah.
My Brianna found out she's not much of a gardener this weekend. There were some garden boxes in the yard, and we thought they were all weeds, and she found out she was pulling up, they were green peppers growing. And she kept saying, these smell like peppers or something. And they were, but we destroyed them because we didn't know. So she's like, oh, well. But yeah, we're not farmers, gardeners. We're trying though.
There you go. That's a great thing.
Yeah. It was nice. All my daughters and my granddaughter were out in the yard together this weekend. It was good for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So
everybody has fly problems and something here.
Oh, okay. Is it breeding time or something? Maybe
how much it annoys them.
But I'm wondering if, is there a certain time of year that they come out? Do they more than
I don't
others?
know. I moved into a camper, lady. I mean, this is all new to me.
Yeah, I just moved on to the farm, so maybe this is life on the farm. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing: you can get sprays and you can have them come to the yard. So that's something I might have them come to my patch here, but
yeah.
So you see what I put down there. Once chickens become adults, they're very easy and forgiving pets. I will always tell people, if you have the room, go for it. You won't regret it. So
I think I'm doing
Buffy
it.
Buffy says, what did Buffy say? They're worse in the summer.
Oh, the flies, maybe that's what
I think everybody does shower. I mean, I totally shower every day, so I think everybody showers. Hot and wet draws them out. I believe that. It is what it is. I'm going to try to take care of my little problem today because I'm going. By the way, Jamie, Walmart was cheaper, just so you know. It was cheaper, and I already got my order in there. So I'm going to get my stuff after 11:30, I think so. But, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. I have a Maine Coon cat. That cat will hunt for sure.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Does anybody want to share any stories? How was everybody's week? Yeah, stagnant water is absolutely horrible for mosquitoes and stuff. There is no stagnant water here, thankfully. Here we go. Big old snake in somebody's driveway.
Oh, no, I hate snakes. Now I can't even talk about them. I'll
Okay.
dream about it.
Okay, we'll get that out of there.
If I see that, and I probably will on this property, I don't know. I don't think I'll survive it. Oh, I hate them. And I know people say, oh, they're fine. They're not going to hurt you. I'm not going to give it a chance. I'm going to run, not go outside again. I hate snakes. Can't stand them.
I understand that. Somebody says that they live in a swamp. Do you live in the Everglades? People are saying it's the worst year for fruit flies. this is a net. I want to spray my where it connects. I'm going to be doing that today because I saw that. I
Yeah,
thought, yeah, let me do that. And I still want to get it skirted. I haven't done that yet because that wasn't really a priority right now. But
right.
by the winter for sure, it's going to be a
Yeah.
priority. And I'm trying to I don't want anybody sending anything, but I'm trying to make up for money and there's other priorities. Don't send anything. Don't
No,
send anything. I'm just
I
having a conversation. Just having a conversation.
just that's what we do here. We just talk
Yeah,
about everyday
yeah.
life. I
I
know
don't want
exactly.
anybody sending me anything. I'm not poor. I have money. I'm not doing without. If I was doing without, trust me, if my animals needed something, I would come to you guys. I would. I'm fine. I'm just having a conversation. That's it.
Yeah, no, I know exactly how you feel. I think I shared moving into my house. I feel like I bought a fixer-upper. It was one thing after another. And
Read the comment. That's for you, I think.
listen, my aunt in Kentucky told me mothballs because she knows my fear, and we used to have this conversation. And it's funny because I used to put them, this one house I had, we didn't have a basement. It was a crawl space. So I would open that little hatch door outside and I'd chuck a bunch of mothballs there. And then I'd put them around the perimeter of the house. And my
Right.
nephew would say, yeah, Becky's house smells like an old person's house, like mothballs. I'm like, that's to keep the snakes away. Well, guess what? I'm sitting looking out my window one day on the phone,
And the
mothballs
snake
all
was
the
eating a
place. And there was
mothball.
a snake in my tree staring at me, looking at me. It was in my tree. I'm like, what do I got to hang them off the tree too? But
Right, right, right.
I
Crazy.
heard that, but I don't think it worked for me anyway. I don't know.
Right. I hear you. I hear you. I mean, thankfully, to be honest, I mean, I had bugs in the apartment, not bugs, but like flies in the apartment too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't think that there's certainly less here. You know what I mean? And there's ants and stuff at work. I mean, that's just it. You're walking from inside to outside, and I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to get stuff. But I guess it's because it's in such a small space and it won't leave me alone. It goes to the light, right? So the lights are a little dim in here now because I was going to put this guy on and I have to apparently charge it because
It has
it's
to be
not. Oh,
charged. Oh, wait. Maybe you have to hold your finger on it
you
for
do
a
have to hold it in there. I forgot about that.
minute.
I don't use it very often. Usually I use the bigger one, but I was like, you know what? The bigger ones, I don't have a lot of room, you
Yeah.
know? And so anyway, guys, does anybody want to talk about anything with addiction or anything about how struggles and what people are going through? I was sick for a minute and I think it had to do with stress and it had to do with the fact that I made myself sick with the heat. Like I think that stress caused a break in my immunity. Seriously, guys, please. I got a message from a family member who's much younger than me, and he said to me, "I didn't know the damage that stress could actually cause." And I said, "Yeah, I was in the hospital for it, a few years back when I died, whenever." So, I mean, I didn't think that if you couldn't see it, I didn't think it was real. And absolutely, stress, it'll break your immunity. So I think between that and the heat, like I had said, that, yeah, I got sicker than a dog. But there are plenty of people right now that are sick. I have a close friend who has COVID. There are people with stomach things. I mean, even throughout the country, I had people writing to me telling me, that they were sick. I didn't hear people from the other countries being sick though. But I did.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot going around, but I know stress it was a couple of years back. I was going through my stuff with my grandson, and then my son passed away. And I started noticing I would brush my hair, and literally, not a few strands, I was pulling to the point it looked like I cut my hair off in some spots.
Wow.
I had lost so much hair, and I had COVID 3 times. I thought, well, maybe it's from that. And then I thought stress, and it seemed that the doctors agreed it was probably stress related, and it's happening again. My hair is coming out like just I could fill up a garbage can. That's how much. It's not normal. A few hairs come out when you brush your hair, wash your hair. It's handfuls, and
Right.
I think I'm stressed over the move, the house, and everything that happened. So I'm sitting here trying to talk myself out of it so I don't go through that again. I'm like, okay, if everything's okay, everything, but stress will kill you. I'm telling you. I think it would. It could. You got to get a hold of it.
It is. It's very, very. I'm reading in the comments.
Yeah.
How bad stress is. It is. It's absolutely. So that's why it's important to talk about things and to just not sit in it.
Right.
To not sit in it. Menopause causes hair changes too. Yep, I agree. But guys, and I'm not trying to. At least we don't have COVID fingers. That's a fancy Maselli joke right there.
Oh, I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, let me check and make sure I don't have that. I'm like,
you don't have it.
Like, I don't know.
Fancy Maselli, laziness, and you're not that. And I'm not. I mean, when I pet Danny was like losing hair like crazy in the apartment. Like it was crazy. No matter how much I brushed her, she was losing hair. She's not now. Now I could actually pet her. And the hair isn't falling out. When I took her to the vet last week because she needed a couple shots, her hair was falling out there. But when we got home, everything was fine. So I think she's adjusting pretty good. I'm glad. I caught her wagging her tail in her sleep a couple times, which I've never seen that before with her. So, but I've also been taking her. I've been trying to take her for WALKs every day.
Yeah, no, that's good. I know with my little dog, where I lived before in the condo, I had to walk her on a leash, and there wasn't really a lot of grass or anything. And when we moved to the house, I still had to have her on a leash because I didn't have a fence yet. Right. Run away. Now we got the fence, and I opened the back door, and I'm like, "Come on!" And she's looking at me like, lady, are you crazy? Where's my rope? Or whatever. And so I put her out there and she wouldn't go anywhere. She stayed right wherever I was. But now she got used to running the whole yard and she walks the perimeter of the fence like a security guard. She just goes all the way around now and she loves it. She's almost smiling. If a dog could smile, I'd say she is because she just.
Oh, dogs can smile. Oh, yeah, they can.
I seriously think so.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. They certainly can. Absolutely. I can tell when Milo smiles and I can tell when Danny smiles. I always when Hero smiled, showed her all of her like yeah. Danny, but they turn up a little bit. You see a little bit of their teeth. Yeah. And their eyes light up, their tail.
You can tell she's happy. She loves the freedom, and she was just unsure at first because she didn't have that before, so she didn't know what she should do. Now she knows. And should I catch her looking to see if I'm sitting over on the patio while she's running, she'll look back, make sure I'm still there, and then she'll continue on. So she's good. She loves it. It makes me so happy.
That's awesome. Yeah. I would love to get my guys a fenced-in yard. I don't think it's going to be this season.
Yeah, it's not cheap. I can tell you.
I know, man. I had a small fence put in for $2,000 like 4 years ago. I don't expect it to be cheaper here.
No, it's just nothing is what you think it's going to be. And I even went for the bottom of the line kind of fence. I didn't get the fancy, pretty fence that I wanted because I couldn't. I had to be practical. It's nice though. I'm not complaining, and it does what it's there to do. My granddaughter can't get out, and I can't say my dog can't get out because she did find a way to sneak under one of the gates. So I have to figure out. It's something. I don't know what I can put there, but I got to figure it out. So she can't cut through. But other than that, I had to have the fence. So I'm happy I got it. Everybody's happy. And that's that.
I hear you. I definitely hear you. It's weird because dogs, they're so important. My dogs are so important. I just couldn't be. I just can't imagine. My life would be simpler without dogs, but it would not be happier without dogs.
No. I have one of the admins for Justice for Corey, my grandson's group.
Right.
Carrie Ann, she last week I spoke with her. She was sobbing. Her dog that she's been through a lot, and I don't want to say what Carrie Ann's been through, but that dog was her rock. It was like her emotional support dog. And I just read on Facebook she had to put her down, I think yesterday or today. I can't imagine. It makes me sick to think about it because I know I've had to do it. And I had a conversation with her last week. She said, "Oh, the dog's not eating. She won't even get up and go out." And I said, "Carrie Ann, you have to do it." And she's like, "Am I being selfish?" I said, "You are. You are." And I didn't mean it in a bad way. But
Right.
I'm here for you.
Right.
Let her go. And she did. And it's sad. These animals, they're our lives. They're kids. They're our kids.
Absolutely.
You're devastated when something happens.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. So somebody wrote, guys, Shorty Pie, sorry. Guys, I sometimes wonder what or how deep one need to go to hit rock bottom with addiction. It depends on their rock bottom. We can't
Everybody's different.
Yeah, it's not universal. Yeah, not universal. Yeah, definitely channel with animal lovers here.
Yeah, and I love
that. MS, Lyme can turn into MS if it's not treated.
Oh, wow.
Now, but that's not the only way to get MS, so,
Yeah, as far as the rock bottom, though, we all know it's different for everybody,
Yeah. And not somebody to say, "Oh, your life's perfect. What do you have to complain about?" Because that shit that's the worst thing I think to tell somebody is, "Oh, your life's perfect. You have no reason to be." It's like their feelings, what's going on inside of them doesn't matter.
Right.
And you can't move away somebody. You can't just dismiss somebody's real emotions and feelings.
Right. I mean, we can look at them and say, "Oh, they have this beautiful house, this new car, money, whatever." And we think that's
healthy kids.
But we don't know what they're dealing with inside.
Exactly.
All those things don't matter to them because they're struggling with something else, that we don't know about. So it looks good, but doesn't always mean it is.
Right. That's right. And nobody does have a perfect life for sure.
Nope.
It is a bottomless, what is Gutter Snipe says? Bottomless pit of shit.
Yep.
Not all the time. Some stuff's good. I think she was talking about it, the addiction, though. It's that little net again, a little fucker net. The worst thing about this net, if I was to go kill it, it would probably go through the little slits of the fly swatter. You know what I mean? For the venting, for the fly swatter, little bastard. Anyway, to say congrats. So, Rebecca, you started a channel, did you?
I did. I think we talked about it, and seeing what you do and what Jay does on Guilty of Crime, I don't think I'll ever be that big. Obviously, you guys are, you're good. You have a following. You have a purpose. I don't know.
I started out with 22 people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to get. I don't know if I'm going to be a Toddie one skip or a Jay. I don't know.
Well, listen, we have a Toddie one skip and we have a Jay. What we don't have is Rebecca Mitchell.
I'm striving to be like you guys, if that makes sense. I admire both of you. I love what you do, and I'm talking about different things on my channel, of course. I mean, we talk about the same, a lot of the same things, but my goal is to reach other people that are dealing with or have dealt with the death and abuse of children and the mishandling through the family courts. That's what I want to talk about there. And I want to talk about Corey every day and anybody who has a similar story. And, like how we go off topic here, I'm sure I'll do that there too. But I started the channel. I have 100, maybe 120 people. What are they called? Followers or something? I don't even know the lingo. This is so embarrassing.
Subscribers, family,
But it
I don't really like followers because
that sounds like a cult kind of.
Right.
But no, I haven't done much with it yet because I'm unsure of how to do certain things. And I have one person who's trying to help me so far. And I thought I'd keep it at one because I don't want to involve too many people and have too many hands in the pot and then they butt heads and this one wants, So I thought, let me get this one person who was willing. And she works on other people's podcast or whatever you call it. So she has knowledge and, it's a slow process, just like everything else I do. It's not going to be right away, but it's there. We did post a video. I read my June letter to Chris Greger on justice for Corey, but I would like to still do it with you and Jay, of course, in the near future. But I posted that reading on my new YouTube channel. So, it's a work in progress, but it'll get there like anything else. It's just not.
What's the name of the YouTube channel? Can you hear me now? Is that the name of it?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Which is also the title of my book.
And the Facebook thing as well, right?
I don't have a Facebook group titled that. That's Justice for Corey, but
okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't I put something up about that?
You did, and several of your people, whatever, they commented and said they subscribed. So I appreciate that. Thank you for putting it out there.
Of course. Hang on one second.
But, I wanted to get it out before my book comes out because I want to talk about my book on the YouTube.
You got 164 subscribers.
Oh, okay. So a few more since I saw it last, I'm excited.
164 subscribers. You got 2 videos, it looks like.
Yeah.
Very cool.
One of the videos got flagged for music being, copyright. So this is stuff I'm learning, that what you can and cannot do. I don't know this stuff,
Right.
And somebody had asked me, oh, are you planning on making money on this? I'm like, no, I wouldn't even know how. I just want to talk. I'm a talker. I just want to talk, Well,
I could tell you how you can make money in it. You could still just be a talker. But we could talk about that. Anything you'd like to ask that, you could always reach out to me. I think you have my phone number. You can text me. I think texting is the best way.
I probably will. Thank you. Because
absolutely. Of course.
We had to do a little tutorial on how to stream live on the Facebook page and the YouTube, and none of us could figure it out. So we just took the video and put it on the YouTube after we did it.
There you go. That I wouldn't be able, because I'm on Facebook. I don't have much to do about Facebook or anything like that. But there's a channel that deals with missing children and takes it very serious. There's a couple channels that do, as a matter of fact. But Into the Weeds podcast, the last time I think they were reading the gypsy emails and stuff, they had on pictures of missing children.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And,
on that topic, missing children, I sit and think to myself, imagine like the Summer Wells. Are you familiar with that case?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gone, not a trace, still nothing. I don't know about her parents. I don't know if they're like other parents, but I can't imagine going through life. I mean, we lost Corey, but we know where he is. He's no longer with us. Imagine not knowing.
No.
I don't know if that's worse than knowing. I sit and think, imagine if Corey was just missing. Was he kidnapped?
I think if you ask them, and people have asked them, hey, CJ, not them in particular, but like I remember the Walsh family, they were grateful that they had an answer because the 2 weeks of not knowing was pure hell.
Right. I can't imagine. I can't imagine your child may or may not be out there. You don't know. And then you have these awful thoughts. I think, I just don't know how I would be able to function if I had a child that was just missing and no leads, nothing. I don't know how that's tough. I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't know how people do that either. I just, absolutely, I don't know how people do that either. Somebody's asking if I could share your link. So give me 1 second. I'm working on that right now.
You're not going to ask me what the link is, are you? Because I couldn't.
I've got it. I got it here.
Thank God, because I don't know.
I got it right here. So I just need to put it on for us.
Somebody said they really enjoy Jay. So do I. Is she back from, or she took a month-long kind of,
Oh, I don't
she's,
know how long she took, but I think she's back. I saw her. I thought I saw her doing something.
yeah.
I thought I saw her not long ago. She might have still been on vacation. Actually, she was. She was in a hotel, but she
Yeah.
was sharing. She was sharing the She was live streaming. She was talking about stuff. I
Oh,
think
okay.
she's talking about the Matty Soto case.
Yes. She's very deep into that.
Yes, she is. Very much so. Yes, she is.
I
And
try
somebody
to
said
follow,
she still
but
is on vacation, but I really did just see her. Yeah, she's gone live as she's been on vacation. Right. There is the link you guys just asked me to put up. It's underneath me, right on the screen for Rebecca's page.
oh, thank you. Thank you for
You're welcome.
doing that.
You're welcome. You're of course.
I think you remember I was building a studio at the new house.
Yep.
I had to build 2 new chimneys.
I know that. I know that you told me that. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that cost me money that I really didn't expect to spend. And the job on the studio I got a quote for $10,000. So I might just rig it up myself for now. It won't have heat and air conditioning, so I'll just be in there with a fan and a space heater when I'm in there. But
right.
I won't be able to do the insulation and the walls and all that and the floors right now.
Not
but
yet.
I'm still using it. I'm still going to get in there somehow.
Sure.
I'm going to use it, but it's just not going to be what I thought it was going to be. So
somebody said I put up my own channel's link. What? It didn't say that. It said, hang on.
No, it meant that you were posting it. It put your name in the blue and then you posted the link. That's all, right? That's how it's supposed to be. The person.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought for sure that, let me see, because I thought it even said, what?
I did see it. I saw it, the link.
Hang on. I mean, it says right here, can you hear me now? That's not my link. That's the name of Rebecca's channel. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I'm sharing her link. Here it is. Can you hear me now? That's not my channel. That's Rebecca's channel. Okay, some people, I followed the link and they subbed. Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Who's messing with my kepi there? Yes, Rebecca is under Toddie's thing.
Yeah.
You got people subbing to you. You got people subbing to you.
Thank you.
And I think that's a wonderful thing. And let me tell you, when I came on and I started doing this time, that's all right, Shorty Pie. When I came on and started doing this time on YouTube, I just let the channel do what it was going to do. I started with Scientology. I actually have some stuff to go back and deal with Scientology.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. I wanted to get a better picture of what was going on, not just run in there and be a shit stirrer per se. But a few people have reached out, and yeah. So anyway, I am going to go back in and talk a little bit about the Scientology stuff and the players and such. But you know, I didn't know I'd be talking about Gypsy Rose, and then look at what we're doing on Monday morning. Now this is on another channel. Now I'm on another channel, but I think when you make a connection, I don't know, just to me, I like just reaching people on all different things. And, there's like, now I'm doing even like reaction videos to people stealing with their children, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, wow, I got something to say about that. And how ridiculous is that and stuff. So I haven't really put any kind of restrictions per se on my channel. But I think the reason why I said, Into the Weeds podcast is because there is a common interest there. There's also another channel. I think they covered Wade Wilson. Does anybody know this? If anybody knows this, they covered Wade Wilson, but they always put up missing children photos. And I wanted to do that long time ago. I wanted to do that. And I haven't done it. I've done some of it on some of the videos that have to do with children. But yeah, I think that's totally commendable. Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of Wade Wilson, I thought, I can't think of the YouTube content creator, whatever his name, but there was a heading that said Wade Wilson had expired. Was that fake news, or was that just a heading just to get people to read you didn't.
No, so all I saw was from Jumpsuit Pablo, and I actually have this video. I actually have this video that I took from him that I want to talk about. And it said that he was released. I didn't see the one that expired.
Yeah.
He was released. You could share the channels by all means, Claudia. You could share the channels. But I guess Melissa Jade is the one that does that. You can share mine or Rebecca's channels. I don't want you to put any other links inside of my link, please, because I don't know. I don't want anybody just jumping on any link and having it like I co-signed something. But you could share my channel. You could share Rebecca's channel for sure. Any other channel, I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you got to be careful, because people, not that anybody here is doing anything wrong, but they think that you're endorsing something, and then
I don't want to be held accountable for that. Trust me.
No, I totally get that.
But yeah, you could share my channel and you can share Rebecca's channel, right, Rebecca? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what it's all about. I want people to hear what I got to say. Definitely. Thank you.
Right. He was transferred. I did a whole video about that. But Rebecca's saying it said expired. I didn't see that, but I did see where he was transferred to a different facility, and I'm hoping that it's for the sole purpose of prison punishment, meaning that the DOC is just so sick of him, because why would he be rewarded for bad behavior and all he has is bad behavior? They might be so sick of him that they said, hey, let prison punishment take care of this guy. You know, so that's why I think, and I'm hopeful.
He is definitely a character. I mean, he just, I don't want to use the word intrigued, but watching some of his trial, he just, I couldn't get enough of watching it. Like, I needed to know more about this person. You know, like it was one of those things, you know, I just thought he was pure evil. I mean, there's no other way to say it, you know, and then these women who are sending him money and the phone calls in jail, as if he's coming out and they're going to run away and get married and live happily ever after. You got to be a little not right, you know?
So let me tell you something. Not only that, but there's a woman that's in prison now, or at least in jail, because she went over and tried to, he talked her into bringing drugs to the unit, to the facility. She got caught. Mila, his ex-girlfriend, the one that got him to confess on the phone, she just had her business go up in flames. This was just the other day. Oh. Yeah, Jumpsuit Pablo reported on that just the other day. Then Jumpsuit Pablo also reported on, this is part of the video that I'm working on for this channel, actually, about Wade Wilson and his influence, because there was a kid that reached out to Jumpsuit Pablo and said, listen, I have all this information about Wade Wilson. I think he's great. And and he even had the tattoos. Jumpsuit just got an email from him. He's in prison, that kid, now, for murder.
Oh my goodness.
His name is Brandon Chetzi. Yep. I'm doing a video on that there. It's crazy.
Wow.
And here's so a lot of content creators just, I don't have a studio anymore. This is where I eat, and this is my kitchen is right here.
Yeah.
And I have like one chair that's actually mine that Milo got into once and spun it around, and that's fine. I don't care. A Papa San chair, and that's it. The rest is dog beds. They're there. It's theirs. Yeah. So I mean, I thought I could maybe do this in my room because there's a desk in there, but I kind of like being out here with that.
Yeah.
It's whatever feels good. You might get into your studio and say, I don't get a good feeling here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might find yourself comfortable right where you're at with the beautiful. I mean, I see it's a door now only because I see the hinges. You know what I mean? But I wasn't looking until you said something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's beautiful.
I go into the studio and I walk up the stairs to check it out every day.
Right.
I love the smell of the wood in there. It's like new. It was only built in 2018, the building that I'm talking about. The house was built in like 1892, but the studio, the little garage area was like 2018. So it still has that new wood smell.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want to cover this up with insulation and drywall or whatever that sheetrock stuff is.
Right.
I smell that wood. I like the smell of it. So I walk in there every couple of days and I look around. And I know where my desk is going. And I have a good feeling about the room itself. I think I'll be okay there. But then I don't know, because if I'm up there late at night, I have to walk from there across the yard to get back to the house. And it's dark and there's deer and other animals creeping around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So we'll see. You never know.
You just put those whatchamacallit lights, those
the motion detector ones or something.
Motion detector lights. Yep, I have those. And also, and I don't know if this is a good idea because it fucking attracts bugs, but since I've gone back to work and it's very dark here.
Yeah.
I put like a headlight on my head so that because of my hands are always, I have a bunch of stuff.
You're carrying stuff. Yeah.
But by the time I get into my car, every friggin' flying insect has gone into the car with me because of the light on my head.
Yeah, they're following you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find. I think that I would make a little lighted path. People are saying make. I think that I will, but there's so many other things that are just more important right now. And
that's my thing. Like as much as I want the studio, I had to replace 2 chimneys that I wasn't expecting, and need the chimneys. One's for a wood burning stove and one is for my furnace. I couldn't choose between which one was more important. I had to have both. And like I said, I didn't realize that it was total rebuilds, both of them, and it wasn't cheap. I had to do it. So as I'm getting the numbers for that, I'm thinking the studio's not happening. It's not, I can't do it unless.
Well, not right now.
Yeah. Unless somebody wants to do like day labor and I pay them by the day or something. I don't have it to do it right now.
Right.
I can still use the space and I will. I'll just have to rig it just,
Right.
It won't be exactly what I planned.
Well, it'll give you, but you know what you had planned seems like you might have had a second thought with that because of the wood and how it smelled. So maybe you'll figure out a different way to do it where it works. Maybe you could put, I don't know, an electric fireplace in there, or maybe you could do let it just, let it dictate to you now, because there's so many other things that that I think that can be done and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still, like I said, I'm going to still use it. It's just not going to be built the way I expected. It's going to be more like it is now. And I'll set up my desk. I'm going to set everything up, printer, whatever, all my stuff that I'm going to need. And I'm still going to use it. It's just not going to be what I thought it was going to be. That's all.
Right. It'll be something better though.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm okay with it. So.
Okay. Cheers.
So does anybody have anything? Is there anything in the comments? Did anybody else want to talk about anything? I feel like I've been talking about all my own stuff. It's all about me, I feel like, and I don't like that.
It's okay. Happy birthday, Claudia Robinson, who turned 51 on Tuesday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Gutter Snipe says, I'd do it if I could, Rebecca.
Aw.
And she subscribed to your channel.
Thank you.
Got a lot of love here, Rebecca. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I feel it. I love these Mondays. It gives me a good feeling. And like I said, I look forward to this. My sister, everybody knows not to call me. They know now the routine. They know I'm with Toddie. My sister will say, oh, you're with Toddie this morning, right? Because she'll call me at 6 a.m. instead. And I'll say, yeah. So, everybody's getting the hang of it,
That's cool.
And I
That's
like
cool.
that.
I like that too. And I do like that. I do especially like that people come back to it. Like people that miss it will come back to it. But I want to say to anybody that's listening, Claudia says, thank you everybody that wished her a happy birthday. That, if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, they can always come onto the channel and talk about it. You don't have to put your face on. You can cover your face if you want to. Thank you, Gutter Snipe. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. There's people that depend on this and depend on us to show up. And that's why the last 2 weeks that we couldn't, I know it bothered Rebecca and me both. But I knew I couldn't come on here and make anybody feel good.
We weren't feeling it ourselves.
I was garbage, man. I was pure garbage. I was praying to live.
Yeah, no, you were sick. I was going crazy trying to figure out how I'm going to make this house whole again. And I probably would have been useless. I would have depressed everyone.
That's my feeling as well.
Yeah.
So we do have a question here. And are there patterns of behaviors or cycles to be aware with? So there are patterns in behavior, just so you know. And the pattern, you're very welcome, L. Byerly. But I just want to say that that's Rebecca. Rebecca's the one that asked if we could do this on the channel. And so Rebecca was the one. So thanks, Rebecca, for bringing us together. I'm
happy to do it. And I'm so grateful for you, Toddie, for allowing this because.
No, allow what? This is a good thing. We're doing a good thing. I'm grateful that you said something because I think we make a difference. So, without you, I wouldn't have thought to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wouldn't have stuck to it. Let's say it like that, because I did try to do this with somebody and they kind of let me down with it. So I did want to do it, but I mean, like, I felt like you were a lot more reliable.
Right. And the thing is, we come on here and you get people that have even emailed and said, I look forward to you and Toddie on Monday. You're the only people I have to talk about this or listen or who understands. And,
right.
So now I feel, I want to be here for these people. I feel awful if I can't be. I'm not going to abandon anybody. I want to be here for these people. And unless one of us are sick or something's going on, I intend to be here,
Right.
I'm dedicated. I want to be here.
Me too. I feel the same way.
I need it for myself as much as these people might need it. I need them. I'm not going to lie. It's therapy for me.
I agree. And for me as well, I think this is a good thing. So, but I do want to just answer the question. Yes. There are behaviors. First of all, it would be out of the pattern of regular behavior. So people that tend to use, one of the things that gave me away right away was I was always late. And I was never late, but I would somehow always manage to be late. And I would cancel things like at the last minute because I'd make plans when I was feeling really good. And then when the day came, it was like, I can't get through this without this. And I don't have this to get through this. So I'd cancel. So it's changes in behavior. There's a lot of itching going around. I think physical stuff, a lot of itching going around. That being said, I have a medication that makes me itch that's not a narcotic. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I itch and I'm like, man, I look like a drug addict right now. So, but there, so there's things that, I think it's a different kind of itching. I think the itching with the addiction is like it never goes away. Like, even though you itch, you can never get to it. Lying is a horrible thing. Borrowing money all the time and not paying it back is something. These are behaviors that to me scream there's a problem.
Yeah. I said before with my son, Gino, his voice would change when he was under the influence. He was more nasally. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, okay.
I would get so I would know he was under the influence, and I couldn't stand to hear him talk. And I would say to him, "Can you just stop talking? Like, I know what you're doing, and I
Right.
can't, like, just shut up." I hate to say it, but it was something. I was mad because he was using, obviously, and I would just tell him, "Don't talk to me. Like, I can't talk to you right now." You could
Right.
hear it in his voice. He was always, "Oh, do you have $20?" And I'd say, "Yeah, I'll give it to you later. Like when I get home from work or something. I got to have it now. I need now. I need like
Urgency.
desperation, and working, but never having any money on payday. He'd be broke,
Right.
um, not taking care of himself. These were all indications to me,
Right.
that he wasn't okay. I also noticed that the color of his skin, his tone, he didn't have as good coloring anymore. He was kind of gray, and I don't know how to explain it, but I'm trying to help answer that question.
Right. Right. Right.
I think it depends on what the person's on, and I think everybody displays differently. Am I right to say like everybody has different characteristics when they're using or coming down off of something? I think similar but different maybe in other ways because
Well,
everybody
because everybody's an individual, but the main goal, unfortunately, is that dope fiend behavior, trying to get one over to get.
yeah, and they
You know,
think they're the smartest person in the room, and they
there's a
don't
few assholes like that, in all honesty, too.
in normal life, but I feel like they don't see themselves the way we see them,
Right. Right.
and
Absolutely.
yeah. So I mean, I think there's many signs and behaviors, but I think it could be different, obviously, with each person.
Yeah. 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 I agree. I agree. And honestly, like, the best that prayer, the serenity prayer, God grant me the serenity, God grant me the wisdom, you know, or what is it? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's something that, you know, every day I live by that. Every day. That's a promise I make to myself. And
Yeah,
it doesn't just apply with drugs, it applies with everything,
just
you know,
life in general,
everything. Yes. Benzo addiction will kill you because you can't just quit from doing that. That's like a Valium. That's Valium,
Yeah.
benzodiazepines. So and yeah, we talked about this. We had a couple people on the channel that talked about how horrendous it is to get off of opiates and stuff that is even stuff that they give you to get off of this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
People were weaning off of Suboxone. They say that's tough as well, right?
yeah, and like yeah, we had somebody that explained how to do it on the channel. He explained he's not a doctor. That's what he did for himself.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So Amy, anytime, man, you'd come up
Yeah.
here and do a bunch, if you wanted to cover your face, if you wanted to change your voice, if you wanted to change your name, you can come up here. The story is what we're looking for. The story has to be true. The person telling the story could be Daffy Duck for all I care. As long as the story is the truth, you could change your name. You could put up. I'm not asking anybody who might be able to have somebody find them or somebody pick on them because listen, the internet could be cruel.
Yeah.
So if anybody wanted to spend, we do this every Monday, if you wanted to say, hey, listen, I really want to share my story, but I don't want anybody knowing who I am. This week, make up a whole different person. Come on here with that person, with the name of that person, hide your face. You could use something for your voice if you wanted to. I can't help you with that on here, but you guys could do it. And that's it. And you guys could come on. You don't have to be who you really are. As
Right.
long as the story is true, to me, as long as you know who you are, I don't need to really know who you are.
Right. Yeah. We're just here to talk, not judge, not put you out there if you don't want to be out there,
Exactly.
tell your story.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't just it wasn't just to you, Amy. I mean, that was just to anybody, because I think that a lot of people, are shy to come out, or maybe they're afraid, oh, well, I don't know. This can, everything on the internet. I don't pull shit off my channels, just so you know. I don't pull things off my channel. So yeah, maybe this will come up 10 years from now,
Yeah.
So, whatever it is that you need to do, to do what you need to do.
I see, Toddie, not to interrupt, but Gutter Snipe says, my story is too hard
to tell. Yeah.
Listen, if you ever want to email me or you want to call me and talk about it, if it's easier than putting it out here, I'm here. Like, we can talk. I'm available. Just let me know you're calling, or email, say, I was on Toddie this morning, whatever. Let me know who you are, and I'm here. If you don't want to talk about it out here, I'm here. You can call me, you can email. I mean, if you got a story to tell and you need to get it out there and make you feel better, call me, email me. I'll give you my phone number if you email me. We'll talk about it.
There's your email, is right up. It's underneath.
Thanks.
Not a problem. Of course, some of the happiest people in the world are not all that happy. We were talking about that. Was that here? No, we were talking about that. Where was I talking about that? People that supposedly have it all. Yeah, we were talking about that here.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah, you can look like you have all the money in the world and everything like that, but that's not, listen, I know people like that. They're miserable, the ones that I'm talking about. But if you looked at them with their first class trips and all the money in the world, they're not happy.
No,
they're not happy.
Nope. I'm telling you, my life years ago, 2013, I was married, going on 20 something years. We were making money. We had a big, beautiful home. We had a $300,000 RV. We had jet skis. My son was suffering from addiction. Brianna had recently been taken advantage of by an older man and ended up pregnant. But when you drove past my house, all you saw was, oh, look, these people like you. I'm guilty of looking at something and saying, oh, wow, they must be like, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on, man. My life was hell behind those doors, and
right.
But I'm guilty of thinking the same damn thing, look at all they have, but we don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on.
Exactly. You don't. And the worst thing is to be envious of people that you don't know. Don't wish things upon yourself, because I think that God gives us what we can handle. I want to believe that. And maybe what you can handle isn't something that I can handle. So I'd never wish anything, different.
Yeah.
Better Snipe, you can take your time with it, and nobody's trying to force you into doing anything. Please, this is all about you guys.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to talk about it, but I'm here if you don't want to do it openly here.
Yeah.
I'm around. You can, if you want to, you don't have to.
Exactly. Of course. And no, Rebecca wouldn't share anything with you guys.
I don't, there are people that have reached out. They've asked Toddie for my email and have reached out, and I don't go back and say to Toddie, oh, so-and-so email. I don't even tell her about it. She gives my information. She doesn't know what I do with it. If I talk, it's between me and whoever emails me. I don't spread it around, and that's,
But it's important to know that none of us are counselors. I was a counselor, but we're going years ago. I had my KSAC. So, but it's been years, and I would be out of date with that license if I still had it. I mean,
I'm just a person who's lived through a lot of things. I have no training in any of this stuff, just life experience. That's all I can offer.
Exactly. Envy is a curse. I like that.
Yeah.
And let the wind always be at your back and the sun upon your face. What did I used to say? Something that had to do with fishing, I know. Let the sails, it had to do with sales. I haven't said it in a minute. So whatever. You're very welcome, Gutter Snipe. You're very welcome. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to talk about? This gnat is killing me.
I can
Not,
see it's driving you crazy, right?
it keeps messing with me, man. It's like
Yeah, they
messing
do.
with my head. Keeps playing mind games with me. Just, ooh,
Yeah.
Toddie one skip. Boom, you know.
Maybe the gnat has something to say.
Come on now. Come on, Nat. My guys are sleeping. Milo's sleeping with his eyes open. That's a new thing.
That's
Hey,
funny.
Bubba. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you had your eyes open. Yeah, you did. So,
I not that this has anything to do with anything, but I watched a movie this weekend. Has anybody seen The Outsiders? You know, it's an old movie. The
yeah,
kids
yeah,
all the kids read the book in school. Oh my God, I just love that movie. And that poem by is it
yeah.
Robert Frost, maybe The Stay Gold? Is that by and there's a song that I guess I never noticed watching the movie. But there's kind of like a song in the movie in the beginning or at the end when they roll the credits that I guess is written with it, like that poem and the song kind of are the same. And yeah, I just love that movie. I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just needed
I
to share.
think that movie actually does have some things to do because The Outsiders, it was about two rival gangs,
Yeah,
and one was, I mean, the truth of the matter was the one gang, the greasers, like they were called, they were the ones with the horrible reputation, and yet the other guys were the ones
the
drinking
bad guys.
alcohol and
Yeah,
messing around and doing shit,
yeah, I
and
know.
these guys got the trouble.
Yeah, because of what they look like. You know,
Yep.
they were just labeled.
Guilty by looks. Guilty by looks. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I've seen that movie 100 times, and I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but it's one of those movies that makes me feel like I'm like 13, 14 again, because that's when I went to the movies to see it or whatever, you know?
Yep.
And I love that movie, and I don't know, I just felt like I'd let everybody know that. Not that
There you
anybody
go.
cares, but
No. Well, Jamie said it's her favorite book.
oh
And she
yeah,
has
all
Stay
the
Gold
kids
on
read
her
it.
arm.
I
She has,
remember the kids bringing it home from school. They had to read it. And I said, oh my gosh, that's a movie. I remember Gino. And he's like, it is? And I got the movie, a DVD
right,
or something. Oh, he loved it.
right.
He thought, wow, this is pretty cool, you know? But yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's one of those that I could watch again this weekend and it wouldn't bother me that I just saw it last week, you know, or whatever. I
Really?
just love it.
Did you ever read the book? People are saying, I love the book. I love the book.
You know, I never read the book.
Isn't it by S.E. Hinton? It's by a woman.
I have no
Same
idea.
person that wrote Rumblefish. You saw Rumblefish, right?
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I didn't
Rumblefish.
know that though, but
Yeah.
wow.
Yep. Yep. Pretty
Nope,
sure
I
it's
never
S.E.
read the book. I just saw the movie. But my kids had to read the book in middle school for something. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Pony Boy.
Yeah,
C. Thomas Howell was Pony Boy.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, yeah. Oh, they were all so handsome, weren't they? I don't know.
Look at
I
this.
thought they were all
I
good
want you
looking.
to see this. This is what Jamie. Isn't that funny?
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about the things we do in Justice for Corey. We haven't done anything in a while, and
Please make sure to reach out to these channels, to my channel, Jay's channel, please, because we would
I'm
like.
out of ideas though, Toddie. I know we're not here to talk about Justice for Corey, but I'm kind of out of ideas. Who do we help? What do we help? You know, like we did the donation to the prosecutor's office to Tina's house where the victims go to be questioned, and
Mhm,
they have a playroom. So we donated a bunch, you know, of toys and things for the playroom, and even like diapers and wipes for when there's babies, you know, whatever.
mhm.
But now it's almost time to do something else. We've done a coat drive, we've done a toy drive, we did the thing for Tina's house. I don't know where else to go and what to do, but I want it
Well,
to
he
be.
loved artwork, didn't he? Didn't Corey love artwork?
He was a great artist. There were just so many things about Corey. You know, he was loving and giving, and I just want to, whatever we do, I want to do it in that regard. So
Right,
it's
sure
about
enough.
Corey, you know.
Right.
And I think often about the his teacher that he had in first grade when he passed away. She testified in court, and I'm trying or was trying to do something just for her within the school, but I don't know that they're going to allow it to be just for her. And do you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Um,
Um,
So I don't know. There's so many things, like the nurse that was with Corey when he passed in the hospital. And I mean, there were several, but one testified. And like, I want to do something for those people that knew him. And, but it's hard because, the nurse works at the hospital, and would it be a conflict? We can't, it's hard. It's just hard to figure out what to do, but you always want to do something that means something,
Right,
so
right,
I've
right,
been thinking, and I haven't come up with anything yet to do, this year, because I like to
right.
do one. I call it a big thing, one big thing a year. We do things all the time in memory of Corey, but I always try to do one big thing that involves the group and everybody, and a donation to somewhere. But I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But art, yeah, how would I do something for art? Like, you know,
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe you could figure out on one of these like after school programs where there could just be like an art course, or you
yeah,
could donate like art supplies so that the kids have an opportunity, because some kids don't have an opportunity
right.
to have that. Homeless people, that people that go into, somebody wrote here, Amy, people that go into those shelters, maybe art supplies for the kids, so that the kids have something to do that's not just putting a kid in front of a computer, but lets them, do something creative
Right.
like that. I don't know. I mean, that's what I know that, and Corey was also like the solar system, right? He liked the
Yes.
plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe you could do something along with, I don't know. I'm sure there's something coming up that's going to be unique with the planets, whether it be a red moon or this or that. Maybe you could set something up on that same like timeline as something to do
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Corey and that.
Right. I thought even, like, I don't know if they still have art class in school. Is art class still a thing within the public school? Who knows? Because I thought maybe I could donate art supplies to the school
Right,
that we went to. Or I
right,
always try to help out. Corey went to a couple different schools because Chris moved him around here and there.
right, right,
And so there's one school district in Jamesburg where Corey started in kindergarten when we lived there. And it's Jamesburg isn't a wealthy town by any means. And I always feel like I want to give there because they need it more, if that
right.
makes sense. He only attended for a month and a half, but Jamesburg is dear to me because I grew up there and went to school there. And I
Okay.
think, sometimes I'll see the gym teacher from Jamesburg Public Schools requesting used sneakers because some of the kids come to school and they don't have appropriate footwear for gym class. And so I think, how would we coordinate that? Because there's certain sizes. Like, it would be hard to donate the shoes, but I thought, could we donate gift cards to Foot Locker or wherever you buy footwear,
Right.
and but then that would mean that the families have to figure out how to get somewhere and use that gift card, and maybe they can't because a lot of people walk in that
Well,
town.
here's the thing: you could get them at even Walmart. Has foot apparel. They sell like Reeboks now and stuff. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But I think of things like that. And, I want to help everybody, but I always go back to Jamesburg because I feel like that's the town that could use it, more.
yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
But
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about it. It's just, these are things that go through my mind. There's several. That's just one of them. But anyway,
Amy, you should reach out to Rebecca at Rebecca Michelo 3. I'll put the name in here again. Is it raining by you today, Rebecca?
no, not yet, but it keeps looking like it might. Yesterday it was cloudy and then the sun came out and it was so hot. And today's
Oh, it's
kind of
been
looking like
horribly
that.
hot, huh?
Yeah,
Horribly hot. Like,
it's been horrible.
yeah.
Definitely. But I have a
I've
lot
been,
of big trees in my yard, so we have a lot of shade and get a nice breeze. So it's not so bad.
there you go. That's cool. I took my guys out earlier. Took Danny to the park and walked Danny around the park. She liked that.
Yeah.
Milo, I need to walk him a little bit more. I try not to walk him too much because he's an old boy, but he wants to walk. He wants to run, my little man. So
Well,
got to appease him. Got to appease him.
I thought about getting another little dog, but I'm not sure. I part of me wants a big dog for, not that I need to be protected, but it would make me feel good to have a big dog around the house. But then they also have big poop. And you
Well,
got to pick it up. So I'm like, I don't know. The
yeah,
Tootsie
you
Rolls
do.
are okay, but the big poops, I don't know if I could handle that, But I think about it all the time. I like I said, my mind is all over the place. I think about all kinds of good stuff.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Very cool. Heat index today by Jamie is 106. That would be Tennessee, guys. If those don't know, Jamie's got a channel that covers a lot of things in Pulaski. And I think that I'm doing something live with Jamie tomorrow. I think I'm doing something live with Jamie on Jamie's channel for her first official live stream. She's got over 500 subscribers now.
Oh, congratulations.
Real Cunny and Mayhem. And she puts out videos. She tries to put out videos every Sunday.
Nice. I'm going to be there then. I should have, I think I have a thing to remind me when somebody's doing something. It notifies me, I believe. Okay. So cool, I'll be looking out for that.
Yeah, she says tomorrow, time to be determined. She's letting the subscribers decide what time we're going to do it. Tomorrow I could do it two different times. I could do it in the morning. I could do it in the evening. And I said, just ask the subscribers and we'll do it whenever they want. So
yeah, that's the tricky thing. You don't know, are people more available in the morning, or are they available after work, after dinner, after they've settled down for the evening? You never know right. when to do something because you don't know. And people are from all over the world, so you don't know what time it is. That that's another thing too, that you just don't know. I guess you just do it, and then they can watch it later if they don't make the live. That's all.
Absolutely. But the purpose of this actually is to do a live because this will be her first official live stream.
Okay. So well, I hope everybody's here. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make it a point. Whatever time it is, I'll try to check in, even if I can only stay a minute,
Okay, cool. I'm sure that I appreciate that. And I'm sure that Jamie appreciates that.
Yeah. We're all here to support each other. We got to do that. We got to stick together.
Absolutely. I agree. Does anybody have anything that they would like to add to this week's talk? It's been almost an hour and a half, guys. Anybody have anything that they would like to talk about? Anybody want to travel with Daddy in USA? Milk Honey and Mayhem says, I have giveaways. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's got these really cool stickers. They're made out of wood.
Really?
Yeah, she has custom made and stuff. She's a hot shot.
That's some advanced stuff there. I don't know if I can keep up with that. No, that's really cool though. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
amazing. She hasn't had a YouTube channel for that long. She's doing great.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. That's wonderful. That's what inspires me, all of you people. I'm telling you, when I hear good things, that makes me say, well, I could do this. I'm going to do it,
Absolutely. I think it was Morbid that inspired Jamie.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah. I know, not to bring up Gypsy, because, I don't want to talk
about Gypsy who?
I saw, I don't know if it was on one of your shows, somebody was playing a video where she was addressing Morbid, and she had said a couple other names.
She didn't mention my name. I felt I was brokenhearted.
And I'm like, what about Toddie? I'm thinking to myself, I almost wanted to comment on it, but I'm like, I'm not butting in. It's not my business. But yeah.
It's all right. She stole my saying. And she's actually been in my chats. She's actually been in my comments, or people have said that, and I told her to get out. But she does know who I am. She stole my saying. But I thought it was funny, and I didn't think it was funny. I'll be honest with you. At first, I thought, I'm scared. Not that I was, but I thought, is something going to happen to me? And she's going to be, well, I didn't mention Toddie once, Skip. I didn't mention it. And I said to myself, she's not stupid to do something like that. But I mean, she's that stupid to do something like that, because in the meantime, she's been in my comments and stuff like that. And I just said to myself, I don't know how I missed it, but I'm okay that I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But a part of me thought, is there something that I should be looking for? Because she didn't mention my name and she does know who I am.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I kind of listened to it a second and third time, waiting to see, did I miss Toddie's name? Because she was mentioning others. And I thought, wow, she's really calling people out like they violated her or something. You know, she's out here. She wants us to talk about her, and we do it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I
she
just put up a
it.
video when she first came out. I just put up a video when she first came out, how she was like, yeah, watch me. Stay tuned. Yeah. Yeah, she wanted certain things, then behaved a certain way, and then kept lying about things that now everybody's like, what is that? How could that be that you didn't say that? You didn't say that. And now all of the stuff, the emails and stuff. Did you see that?
I didn't get to, I know they exist and I know it's talked about, and I'm playing catch up right now, trying to.
Called Ken Gay.
Well,
She called Ken Gay. So when he was called out on that, and she made it seem like it was all in our head. It was before she even got out of prison, she was calling him gay. She said horrible things to him. I can't even imagine why that idiot would take her back after that shit.
He has some motive or something.
People were paying her to call her names like goddess. Can you imagine
I did see some of that. I did see that, but I don't know. I don't know. We're not going to hear. We're going to hear something. She's going to do something. She's going to end up.
I agree. Good night, Claudia. Thank you for joining us, Claudia. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Rebecca. I think it's going to be something stupid.
Yeah.
And
I think Ken had a motive to marry her, or not marry her, but be with her, and maybe have this baby that people are still saying hasn't grown at all and is like a doll. We don't know, but he's in this for something, and it's not because he loves her. They're not simple. You know, you can tell by their lack of chemistry when they're on together. They're not everything seems to be scripted when they're together. That's not how normal people act, you know. And I don't mean normal. It's just not the way it is if you're really in love with tune with them. So money. I believe money is his motive. I totally believe that. I do.
Amy, no worries, my friend. We'll look forward to your emails. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you.
I hope to hear from you, Amy. And if I don't, that's okay too. We'll see you on Monday.
Absolutely. Sterling Silver, dickhead Rod. So Rod, he's in trouble. Did you see Rod was sharing? This isn't healthy. Rod, and this has this could be a topic. It doesn't have to be about Gypsy. This could be how this is unhealthy for anyone. This was the only time that I felt Gypsy. This is from Amy to you, my friend.
Oh, good. Right. Good.
So, Gypsy was in prison. She's supposed to be like reflecting on shit and everything like that. And in the meantime, Rod is telling her that he's not in love with Christy anymore, not attracted to Christy. I don't know if he said not in love. And that he's telling Gypsy that he's basically cheating, and it's okay to cheat on Christy because she's older now and she's heavier and he's not so attracted. Who does that with their daughter? And now she gets out of prison. Her and Ryan break up, right? She's living with the same person that you put her, like you don't put anybody in a situation like that. My dad, if he could be in the worst fight with my stepmom, he would never like put me in that situation. When he did put me in that situation, the relationship was over with them. Right. Like, because it stood out to me and I was like, well, that's weird. And then it was over between them. But always they were a united front. Even that wasn't my real mom, but my dad wanted me to respect the woman, you know what I mean, which is correct, right? Because that's the person I'm spending the most time with, more or less. My dad goes to work, Rod goes away, right? So this is the woman, and now she probably knew before, but now she's found out. You did what? You kept those secrets? You only said you wanted your dad to be happy at my expense? And then it gets worse because she has a half sister and a half brother. How are they supposed to feel about what she did to their mom? Be fair. You know, they're not going to be okay with that. Why would Rod put her in that situation? It was just a very selfish situation for him. He has grown men that he's friends with, no doubt, that he either fishes with or he goes to work with. There was no reason for him to involve Gypsy except to have Gypsy work for him in that fashion. And she was very manipulated by them.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want anything to do with Fancy at a certain time. And listen, I don't feel sorry for Gypsy Rose at all, but I can totally see that she is who she is. Not just because of the evil, soulless piece of shit that she is, but also with those people that are living that are around her. Right. Nobody's going to make her be accountable for anything. Nobody's going to make her be accountable for anything.
It's, everybody in her life right now has a reason to be there, and it's not for her well-being. They want to be famous. They want to be
infamous. It's not even famous.
Yeah, better word, right? They're riding her coattails, I guess is a good term.
And that's a coattail, a mommy murderer. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? It's
no,
crazy.
I can't imagine.
It's so bizarre that these people, including the stepmom, they all think they're celebrities. They all do. I've seen videos where they were coming and going from court, and the stepmom is holding her hand like a Kardashian. No photos, please. No comments.
Right. In the meantime, I think they're the ones that called and told them to be there.
Yeah. Come and take pictures of us, but we want to act like celebrities. And it's just the whole thing is bizarre. The father's creepy, Rod. He's creepy to me. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it.
Right. I liked him until all of this stuff came out. And the more I found out, originally I bought the story. Originally, I thought, I bought the story. But again, as she started talking, it was like, whoa, wait a minute. And the thing that was her downfall was her own mouth. Had she have gotten out, written a book, and walked away. But this is something she wanted. Because even with the bad publicity, she keeps on. She doubles down. I think she's in Miami now. Does anybody know?
Where's the baby?
Milk, Honey, and Mayhem. I'll see you later, my friend. I'll see you later. Have a good day, my friend. I'll speak to you soon. You'll let me know what time to be there tomorrow, my friend. You'll let me know today at some point.
I'll be there watching. I'm going to be there.
Thanks.
But where's the baby, and what is the reason for all this travel that Gypsy does? Is it work related?
No. So Gypsy, I think that Gypsy's traveling now because she's off parole.
But at whose expense?
Oh, she's got the money. She got the money. She got the money.
Where does she get? Can you explain that to me? Where does
she's making money off of YouTube? She's made money off of TikTok. She's made money off of her book. She has her own business.
Of what is it?
I don't know what the hell the business is. Looking into that, but she does have her own business. She's got something in her name.
I've seen her try to do these makeup things.
Oh, she's horrible. She's so horrible.
I'm like, I'll stay looking like this before I take advice from her. I want so badly to reach out to her in a motherly way and say enough. Like,
oh no. Nope, I like you too much for you to be unalive. You cannot go to her in a motherly way. What's wrong with you?
Like, I mean, where are the motherly and adult figures in her life? Because I feel like
Rebecca. She killed them.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm like now. The ones that are still here right now, they're not guiding her. They're not telling her, like, you look ridiculous on there. You're a mother. You
I
don't
don't
need to be
think that
dancing.
Christy is a fan of hers. And now we can see that we understand, right? Yeah, she's
Now
in
we know
Miami.
why.
She's in Miami. She's dragging her stroller around the beach so she can take a picture of it, laughing my ass off. That's what Kayla says. So, I mean, yeah, she's in Miami. She is somebody who is miserable. This is a miserable person who cannot run away from herself. She just can't get far enough away from herself.
She's her own worst enemy. And I
She's
don't
a
know if she knows that.
miserable. But nothing, if you guys have ever seriously, not because it's Gypsy, I want you guys to seriously find me one video where she's not completely up in the air or completely down. Show me the middle of the road video where she's just living life. Show me that video, because that I haven't seen. I think she's way bipolar. Like, it's one extreme to the next extreme. One extreme to the next extreme. And so much stuff has come out.
Yeah, I personally, I think, like you were saying, had she come out of prison, wrote her little book, and tried to do good for others that were supposedly her mother did whatever she did to her, and she should have focused on that. Like, people that, the Munchausen by proxy crap, she could have focused on that. I don't mean to say it like that, but
no, I understand.
She could have done a lot of good and maybe earned respect. Maybe if she tried to say, I couldn't control what was happening to me, it was my mother doing it, but she came out with this attitude like, I did my time, and now you're going to see me shine and see what I can, yeah, but you're doing it, the makeup, the hair, videos. We don't need your input. Okay.
Yeah. She's somebody that used, she's not even somebody, here's somebody who's trying to be an influencer and has absolutely no experience. Where did she learn how to put her makeup on in prison? I'm sorry. Show me that. Show me that. She even has said they didn't allow us to have makeup. So she stole paint. Oh, and you know what else came out? Thank you, 1980 Millennial and Into the Weeds podcast. What else came out was that part of her parole was that random drug tests and not to be in establishments that sell alcohol.
And she went against all of that.
And she did it in front of everybody online.
Yeah. And Ryan even said that she had a drink with him at some point when she first got out. Because remember, he wasn't going to reveal, and then now he's kind of slowly starting to.
Well, let me tell you something. Did you hear what came out about him, which we all hope is a lie?
I did. Not true? My gosh, I hope it's not true. I hope I liked him. I was Team Ryan. I got to tell you.
Listen. I felt bad for him, and I was Team Ryan. But at some point, I was like, okay, Ryan, enough is enough. Now you have to. It's been a while now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then I felt like it was just enabling, to be honest. And that's when I stopped, but I still, thought he was a good dude, he just, and, but when I heard that, I thought, oh, but then, if you listen, do I believe it? Do I know it's true? Why would that? There's a few things wrong with this picture. And I'm glad that we're talking about it, because I do want to make this clear. A few things wrong. One thing, biggest thing, Gypsy said it. Gypsy's a liar. Is she lying about this? I don't know. Does Gypsy lie? Yes, she does. Why would Gypsy, okay. Why would Gypsy be freaked out over that when she was planning with her own writing, her own thing was saying that her and Nick's baby was going to be given to Nick when the baby turned 13 years old. When the child turned 13, that Nick was going to have sex with their child. So then a 5-year-old seeing something shouldn't offend you so much, in my opinion, if you're also able to think of things like that, right? It shouldn't offend you. Then 1980 does the math, and 1980 realizes, wait a minute, she didn't just find out about it. She knew before marrying him. So she even married him after supposedly knowing this.
Right. Right.
So, did it happen? I don't know. I'd like to think it didn't happen and she's just a bitch, because then nothing changes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if
Right.
it did happen, then, I know that these women had a hard time sharing that information, because they were like, oh, this could ruin him. It's going to come out, but this could ruin him. And I felt for them, but I was also like, hey, if it wasn't him, and you were dating, just even if he wasn't a teacher, wouldn't you want to know that? Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be up to you to decide? Because if something were to happen and you didn't say anything, think about that. You know what I'm saying? And then you add on the teacher bit, and then I'm sorry, there's a registered reporter everywhere in sight. So somebody was going to say something about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. No,
But hopefully it's not true.
I
Hopefully
know.
it's not true.
Let's hope. But I always thought that between Ryan and Gypsy, they have secrets on each other.
Yes.
There's,
Oh, absolutely. I've said that too.
yeah, they definitely do. And I think we're going to hear more. I'm sure. I'm sure he's going to talk more about her. The more this weighs heavy on him, what she said, the more attention that gets, it's going to make him want to say more about her. I think we're
Well,
going
I
to.
think that if she see, I've always had this feeling that she had something on him, something that made him be quiet.
Yes,
And when the methadone thing came out, I said, that's not it. That's not it.
that
Because
wasn't enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
because one, I would think that honestly, I would think the school would know that.
right,
I would think that the school would know that, and that they would, just like he said, man, that saved my life. That's something, that's an important topic to talk about here. As you know, Ryan said the methadone saved his life. He was in trouble all those years ago. So that saved his life, is what he said.
yeah,
And I think that people would look at that the same way that we've looked at that, especially today in 2025, and say, good for you, Ryan, for getting the
right,
help that you need. But
right.
this other thing could ruin him. I mean, it could totally ruin him, not just personally, but professionally. And, but because it's Gypsy, I just, I have my doubts. And the way she responded and reacted to it isn't the way that she, responds and reacts to it. I think some schools do give drug tests. I think some do. I'm not sure where he was. He might have just came out with it. He might have just come out with the fact and said that. Um, Here's the thing, guys. This is what here's a few things with Gypsy, as you know, came out where Gypsy was actually in contact with inmates when she shouldn't have been. That was another part of her parole. And it
Right,
can be proven she was, because we hear Amelia, she spoke to Amelia, and she spoke to, I think, one or two other inmates, and then there was a couple male inmates. This is what I've heard.
right,
Okay. She spoke to Amelia and another inmate, because they actually had said it, and I believed them over Gypsy. You know what
right.
I'm saying? But nobody did anything to change the situation
Nope.
about Gypsy. And if something were to happen to anybody at Gypsy's hand or that baby, uh, a lot of people would be looking to sue the
Yeah,
people held accountable for keeping us safe. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I just, I, knowing some of the stuff that's come out about Gypsy, like giving her child with Nick to him at 13, and makes me very uncomfortable that she has a child. Those thoughts don't just go away.
Right,
You know
right,
what
right. That's right. Absolutely. They don't. They don't go
I
away.
mean, and I'm concerned for a baby whom I've never met and never will. It's, you got to wonder what her thoughts are with that. Maybe she's going to meet another guy on the internet and he's going to want her child at 13. Is she going to give it to somebody else?
Well,
Here.
Nick didn't. Well, first of all, it's been proven that it was her that was
It was
doing
her
all that
idea.
with Nick, and not the other way. It wasn't Nick. It was her. That was the one behind all of that stuff. But Gypsy, all of this craziness in this weird way, it hasn't gone anywhere. Where has it gone? It
That's what
didn't
I'm
go
saying.
away.
It doesn't
Absolutely.
just go
So
away.
it's manifested in some other way. Absolutely. I think Gypsy is in touch and in contact with a lot of people, and maybe that's why she went to Miami. Who knows? But she's diabolical and very calculated. So, and I don't think Ken gives a shit, to be honest. I really don't think this guy.
No, he's not in love with her. He's not in the relationship. I don't even want to call it a relationship. I think
Yeah,
it's like a business something relationship. He's
right,
in it
right.
for something, and it's not for the love of Gypsy. I can tell you, they have no chemistry together.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's funny because I felt the same way with her and Ryan when he picked her up from jail that night, from prison, when she got released or whatever. She didn't want to be touched or bothered. And, I thought, okay, she just got out of prison, maybe not tonight. But you could see she wasn't there because that was just a stepping stone for her. That was
exactly.
to have a place to go and to make it look good. That's what
Right.
she did that for, I'm telling you. And it's similar with Ken. There's something's missing in that whole
Yeah,
deal.
but you could see that Ryan really did love her. You can't see that
He
from
wanted
Ken.
the relationship. He was there for
Yeah,
her.
you can't see that from Ken. I agree.
No,
But you
not
can't
at
even see
all.
that from Ken.
And I
So,
mean, it's just apparent that this girl is out there to, I don't know what her end game is or her
right.
plan, but man, she's just stepping on people, and she's still a victim. Oh, people are talking about me and I just want to get out here and show you, honey, we're talking about you because your mother's not here anymore and you're the reason she's not here.
That's right. And the
I,
crappy things she said about Nick.
right. And somebody's sitting in prison and you should be sitting right there with him,
Exactly. Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's where I have a problem.
I
She said
agree.
she did her time. I don't think so, because there's somebody else still doing time because of you. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
fair. I think it should have been equal. They should have both gotten the same sentence. She's out having a family. I mean, I know we can't tell people they're not allowed to get pregnant, but my God, keep her locked up so she can't. She doesn't need to have a child. She's got
Exactly.
sick thoughts in that head of hers.
That's right. Yes, she does. That's a hell of a way to put it. You're absolutely correct. She has sick thoughts in that head of hers. Yes,
Yep.
she does.
And the baby has no place with her. And I don't know the reason for the baby. I'm not sure if it was just to stay relevant and keep people watching her. Like, did she do it for that? I don't know. And everybody says, well, Ken wanted to have a baby with her. Are you kidding
She
me?
wanted to have a baby before any of this. And I did a video about what she said about Nick's mom's passing, divine justice, and karma. Yeah, I did a video about that. Unfortunately, Nick's mom, I don't know if you know this or not, but Nick's mom, she OD'd.
I didn't know. I knew
Yeah.
yeah.
About a year after, and she was clean from drugs. She had gotten herself clean, and then you know, he got himself into trouble like that, and I think it was a year when he got sentenced. I think it was close to that time. I don't remember exactly, but
That's a shame.
yeah, it's terrible. And because she also had another son who was younger. Nick has a
So
half brother.
basically, Gypsy unalived two mothers. In my eyes, it's her
Yep,
fault.
yep, yep. Because she was writing letters that day. She was writing letters to Nick's mom and dad, telling them that, don't worry, I've got Nick's best interest at heart. I'll take care of him. You have no reason to worry, knowing what he was being brought there for the weekend. Yep. So yeah.
I hear, I don't know much about laws and the court system. I learned a little bit after going through that horrible trial and stuff, but clemency is a word that came up in a situation that we're currently dealing with in my life. I don't know much about clemency. I don't know much about pardoning someone who's a prisoner, but a list of people who were pardoned in New Jersey was sent to me. And some of these people were convicted and sent to prison for murder. And the governor pardoned them. They are out on the street.
Mhm.
Okay. So how come Nick, somebody can't look into that and give him that same courtesy? Because we all know what happened in his case. He's not responsible. Somebody else.
Well,
I
well,
mean, 100%. So if she can be out and these other criminals in other places are being,
I don't think she should be out at all, but I don't think he should be out unless he has a fair trial and the judge deems him, okay, he did his time. And, and then, the people in the jail, that deal with him every day see some sort of change in him. Unfortunately, and this is going to be unpopular for me, I don't care. Unfortunately, it's in my opinion, and it's beyond my opinion. It's what I have seen. Nick is being manipulated by a group of people on the outside world. So I don't know what kind of life Nick would have on the outside world, but he needs to be protected better in the prison. And from my understanding, that's happening now, where they're looking into this group that I believe is manipulating Nick. And not just me. I mean, I've seen letters go. I've seen copies of letters go to the warden and to other people that I didn't even know about and their names, and to the chaplain there. So, yeah. And, listen, the people that are saying that they're helping Nick, well, you could go to the website and see the great letter, the habeas corpus that they wrote, and tell me what judge is going to consider that for Nick.
Right.
When somebody else who's a subscriber on the other channel took the time to write something that would give him a fair shot.
Right.
And what they helped this kid come up with, what they helped Nick man come up with. Yeah. It's exactly what the lawyer said not to do. And I spoke to the lawyer before this. It's exactly what the lawyer said not to do. So yeah. Anyway. Yep.
Yeah,
so they want to keep Nick in there. They want to keep him in there. They want to keep him manipulated, and they want to continue getting money from him. And that's fine, because ultimately they're all going to be found out.
Right. And like I said, all right, if Nick's in there, his other, what's the word, co-conspirator should be right. She should
the
be
mastermind. She was the she's the Manson behind it. She is the Charlie Manson.
I could handle Nick being kept in prison if she were there too. Maybe I could swallow that pill. Do you know what I mean? But she's out living life, and this man who really isn't capable of absorbing everything going on around him, probably 90% of the time, if not 100%. He's in prison and she's out living life. And
he's in prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he'll never have that opportunity.
He's working. A group is working, supposedly working for him, that is asking for his commissary money to go through a spot fund me. This is a grown man who does not need to pay for his commissary money. I brought this to their attention. You can just send him money. I wouldn't just send him money, to be honest with you, because I think he's sending it out to these people. Yeah, I think he's being manipulated. 1,000% being manipulated. You guys saw the emails from the infiltration group from Dawn Boker, which now, how does Gypsy have them in her hands? And why does she have them in her hands right now when he's trying to get, guys, you need to look at this objectively. You need to look at this objectively. And every time we tried to do something to help Nick, remember how many times they came after me? Supposedly the same side that wanted to help Nick, then why'd come after me? Why be the obstacle during that time?
Exactly. I don't know. There's so much with the justice system that it's not fair. It's not,
there's no justice,
and it'll never make sense to me. And, like I said, the person who plotted this should be right there with him. She should not be out here. She shouldn't be in Miami doing little dance videos and makeup tutorials. And, she should be right with him. She didn't do her time as far as I'm concerned.
No. Nope.
But I know we are so off topic, and I apologize.
That's all right. She even used that prison to conduct more grifts.
Yeah.
Doing FinDom, having people talk to you, in a certain way, and getting $50 a week to have somebody call you goddess so that you could talk to them like shit, pay pigs. This is horrible.
It's disgusting. It's this whole story with her, though, it's so bizarre to me, because here I used to watch and see this poor girl that was wheelchair bound. And I did feel sorry for her back long ago when you first heard about their situation. Right. And they were given the house, from Habitat for Humanity. And, it was like, oh, that poor girl, and the poor mother who has to take care of her, and then to see her strut out of prison on those two legs that I thought didn't work, it's just so bizarre to me. It's just, I don't get the whole thing. I mean, there's so much about her story. I just don't get it.
There is so much about her story.
I mean,
for sure.
I could go on, and I know it's not the place for it. So sorry I went off topic, but
that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Nobody had anything to talk about. And listen, the thing about Ryan is real. The way people treat people is real. You know what I'm saying? And how you deal with it, that's real. Don't deal with it the way Gypsy Rose did, guys. Please don't.
They're talking about a stimulus check.
Gypsy got a stimulus check in prison, but the inmates all got stimulus checks, guys. It wasn't just Gypsy. They all got stimulus checks.
Is that right? Really? For what?
Well, some of the people, I don't know why I don't know why the people in prison got it. I'm sure that there's a law or some sort of rights or something. I don't know, but they all got it. So they're saying that she got it for the GED for prison or college or something. But I was told that all the inmates got it.
Wow. I don't know.
Everybody got it, guys. Not just her. And it is a complete waste. The least they could have done was throw it back into jail.
Yeah, you'll never. How about send it to the victims of the crimes that those people committed that are sitting in jail?
Yeah.
Right.
And she got 2 stimulus checks. I think they came to about $2,400 or $2,100.
Wow. Go figure.
I saw that too with it's Morgan's video, right? Morgan Alana, her video. I saw that video too. I was watching it before I came on here. I don't know that the jail took any of that, Jeanette. I didn't hear that the jail took any of that. So, I mean, that the prison took any of that.
So how would an inmate receive a stimulus check? Where does it go? To their JPay account? I mean,
into their account. No, not into a JPay account. I'm sure it just, they probably just got a bunch of checks with the inmates' names on it, to be honest with you, and they put it on the books for them.
Wow. How about that? So they can get extra ramen noodles.
Exactly. So that they can get things that they don't need. Exactly. You're 1,000% correct. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about that?
Huh. Anyway, it's a couple hours in here, and I do have some errands I have to run today, unless anybody.
You have to get to Walmart by 11:30. Remember?
Yeah. Well, they'll hold your order for 4 days, but I do want to get it and get back here and stuff.
All right. Well, I'm glad we did this. I enjoyed it.
Me too. Of course, and of course next Monday, and I look forward to this myself, Rebecca.
Good. I'm glad. I really do. I enjoy it. And I know these people that are here with us, they enjoy it. So it makes it worthwhile. Definitely.
Absolutely. I like Morgan a lot. I like Morgan Allen a lot. We've written to each other a couple times. She seems like a really nice person, even away from the camera. So, yep. And she's got a lot of great videos, a lot of good information. She reminds me a lot of Becca Scoops, like no nonsense, to the point. And don't forget, Becca's got some great videos out just recently Check them out, guys. You know that Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, 500 subscribers. Congratulations to Jamie, 1980 millennial. Took a hit for us, guys. She had to read those damn emails and continues to read so. Into the Weeds podcast, who actually had the possession of the emails and was nice enough to share with everybody. Last time she did that, people took it. She paid for the ones last time. People took them. They watermarked them and claimed them as theirs.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that some shit? So, Into the Weeds podcast, huge thanks to them for everything. And yeah, guys, absolutely. So,
Well, as usual, I'm just going to say if anybody needs to reach out, they can reach me by email.
I'm going to go ahead and put it up here, and it'll be the last thing that'll be put up here so that people will. I guess it's important that I write it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rebecca.
No, I was just saying if anybody wants to reach out, I'm available. I'll check the email. I'll get back to you. A lot of times I give people my phone number after we've emailed a little bit, if it's easier, but I'm here to talk just anything. I talk shit, whatever you want to talk about, I'm here. So I hope one person reaches out. I feel like we did a good thing, we help one person get somebody through the day. That's all.
That's right. And anybody that wants to come on the channel in future and just doesn't feel good about using the name that they have here and make up, as long as the story is true, I don't care if the avatar is not. I don't care if the avatar and the name is not. As long as the story
like Mickey Mouse, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's it for me. Yep, I'm gonna get dressed and head on over to Walmart.
Well, enjoy that.
All right, Rebecca. I'll speak to you soon.
Have a good week.
All right. You too, Rebecca. I'm here if you need me as well. I'll speak to you.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.